Hello everyone, how are you? I believe all of you are healthy and happy. Students Martin Luther once said that if you want to change the world, pick up your pen and write. Write something that moves the heart of the people. Write something about the issues that are around you. And we have one such topic in our syllabus, article writing, that enables the student to write creatively. Write about the problems that are surrounding us, the issues that are around us, or something else, even if it is not a problem. If it is about yoga, the importance of yoga, if it is about traveling, if it is about education. So, what you want to write about any topic, any problem, any issue, you can write it down in the form of an article. A beautiful method, a creative method to bring out the best in you, the best of your writing skills, the best of your vocabulary, the best of your language, the knowledge of your language, your sentence framing, your roaming around in active and passive voice, using reported speech, using the tenses one after the other as per the requirement. This brings out the best creative aspect of a student. And that is why article writing is very different from many others. Well, article writing is usually considered as one of the easy and popular write ups. However, if not framed rightly, it can come out as a bad attempt. Students may be asked to write a composition based on a verbal or visual input in about 120 to 200 words. Output may be descriptive or argumentative in nature. It shall be in the form of an article for a newspaper or a school magazine. The verbal input may include broad hints, a short outline, or only a suggested beginning. The visual input may be in the form of a figure, a diagram, a chart, or a cartoon. So, when you appear in the examination, you will either be provided the verbal input or the visual input. With the help of that, then you have to frame the entire article in the word limit given in the question paper. The aim of inserting an input is twofold: to lay down a general outline for the development of the article and to discourage cramming. The students are expected to express their own views or ideas on a particular topic or issue in their own language. And that is why I said earlier that it brings out the best possible creativity of a student. Don't hesitate. Write down in whichever language you wish to. Even if you're making mistakes, write that down. If not today, then after some weeks, after some months, you will be in a position to write better, obviously by practicing. Coming to the format of article that is in the syllabus. The format is basically divided into three parts. The first part is the heading, then the byline, and then the body of the article. Part 1, heading. The heading of the article should be engaging and it should not exceed more than 5 to 6 words. Make sure your heading doesn't have any spelling mistakes or grammar errors. Don't use unnecessary punctuation marks in the heading. Heading carries 1 mark in article writing, and that is why it's very important to choose a proper heading or a proper title. It cannot be too short, it cannot be very long, it has to be appropriate. The byline is nothing but name of the person who is writing the article. The name of the person will be generally given in the question paper itself. If the name of the person is not given in the article, then write details on your own, and these details are either write down XYZ or ABC. Do not write your name, do not write anything that is very personal to you. Candidates are not supposed to mention any of their personal details while attempting the answers in the exam. So the same will be followed in the article writing. You should not write your name, your class, your school's name. Do not do that. Simply go for ABC or XYZ. Usually the name is provided in the question. If there is another addition that you are Arun slash Aruna, a student of 12th A, then you have to mention in the byline 12th A. If it is mentioned that you are Arun slash Aruna, a special correspondent, then again special correspondent will be mentioned. Now coming to the most important part, that is the body of the article. The body is the main part of article writing which carries more weightage of marks. Generally, the body of the article consists of at least 3 to 4 paragraphs. Well, as far as 11th and 12th examination are concerned, we suggest that the students should opt the 3 paragraph system. It makes the writing much easier. The marking scheme: if the question carries 10 marks, the format will carry 1 mark, content carries 5 marks, and expression carries 4 marks. But if the question carries 5 marks, then the format carries 1 mark, content 2 marks, and expression again 2 marks. Moving forward to the content or the body of the article. As I said earlier, the body of the article itself, should be written in 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs, but preferably 3 paragraphs. Coming to paragraph number 1. Paragraph 1 is the introduction paragraph. Paragraph 1 should be accurate, precisely explain what the article is talking about. Try giving some quotations or frightful facts to excite the interest of the readers. Keep the language simple. Paragraph number 2 or 3. Paragraph number 2 and 3. Paragraph 2 and 3 must come with a complete analysis of the subject matter in question. Like, what are the types of the problem? What are the types of the issues? Here the writer must analyze and explain what are the different types of problems that are existing. If any type of problem exists, they should mention here. It should also present the current scenario associated with the issue, problem, or the topic. Here the writer must explain the current situation of the problem. What are the actions taken to correct them? This may include advantages or disadvantages of the problem, etc. Cause and effect relationship. This is very important. Develop the cause and effect relationship by supporting it with facts or data. Here writer may also write the consequences. So if we have to write an article about child labor, then we have to mention that what are the causes. Poverty is one of the reasons. Illiteracy is one of the reasons. Class inequality is one of the reasons. Then how it affects the child. The child loses his childhood, unable to go to school, unable to get education. So this is how the cause and effect relationship is brought out. Now coming to the last paragraph. It can be either the 3rd paragraph or the 4th paragraph. It is commonly known as the conclusion paragraph. It is important to conclude the article what you have started. Never leave an article open-ended. The conclusion paragraph should speak about the problems raised and what are the actions taken for the betterment of the problem. And it should be very simple and precise. So you should come up with good suggestions to be made. And when you are making the suggestions, you can suggest that what can the ruling powerful or the government can do in that particular area, what should be done from the side of the administration, the NGOs, and what should be done from the side of the common people, the society. So coming to points to remember, study carefully the hints points given in the verbal input. You can take help from those input and frame a wonderful article. Arrange the hints given in the order you want to develop them for the article. You may have some new ideas or views about the issue. Note down your ideas, organize them properly. Coordinate your ideas with the given hints. Now arrange them in a logical order. So use the hints given in the question, use the ideas that you have, arrange them properly, and then frame the article. Put your ideas under different main headings. Now add subpoints to the main point. Develop each point in a systematic or logical manner. Substantiate your argument if you are writing a debatable point. Introduce the topic, main idea, or main issue in the first few sentences. Do not give a long introduction, Your article must end with your conclusion on the topic or the issue, or suggestions, whatever is required in that particular scenario. Now let's go through one article so that you can understand it properly. The question is, in recent times, examination has become stressful for the students and their parents. It consumes the carefreeness in both of them. Write an article expressing your views about the topic in 150 to 200 words. So we have to talk about the examination and the stress that it causes, not only in the students but also the parents. The title, it's not very long. Examination, a stressing affair. We have used the punctuation, the dash mark is used. And then the byline is there, the name is written. Coming to the first paragraph. Examination is a medium of evaluation which enables the examiner to find out the academic progress of students. Usually in our country, written examination are prominent. From the pre-primary classes to the job-seeking exams, all require written answer. There are oral, MCQs and software-based exams too. But each one of them results in a stressful situation for the examinee. In cases of children and teenagers, stress can become a reason for personality disorder. So we have introduced the topic. It is about examination and how examination brings stress with it for the students as well as the parents, of course. The second paragraph is about the detailed analysis. The world has become extremely competitive and attaining success has become mandatory, socially and financially. The parents want their children to become a respectable, reputed, and financially independent adult. That is why they get their child admitted to lush schools, expensive coachings, and advanced technology based applications. The children too dream of a lavish future and likable image. Due to these, before an examination, stress prevails over. The parents can suffer from medical problems in their middle age. The students can face anxiety disorder, personality disorder, and other such mental issues too. Obesity, malnutrition, problems in eyesight, headache. Students can become the victim of drug addiction, peer pressure, and many such social problems resulting in a distorted future. So, when we look at the second paragraph, it is about the cause and effect relationship. What are the causes causing the stress, and how is it affecting the people concerned? Like how can it affect the parents as well as the children? So, it is definitely a big problem. Now, the third paragraph is about suggestions. For keeping away the stress, a student must pre-plan and learn to manage the time. Nutritional diet, fulfilling hobbies, talking to friends and family, and entertaining oneself can also help. Indulging in outdoor and indoor games also help. Yoga and meditation too can be helpful. Thus, examination cannot be avoided, but stress can be. So this is how we have ended the article with a positive note. So this is how the framework is. The paragraph 1, then the second paragraph, then the third paragraph. When you divide the content in 3 paragraphs according to the word limit, it becomes much easier. And then you know also what should be written in the first paragraph, what should be there in the second one, and what should be there in the third paragraph. That makes the task easier. But ultimately, what you need to do is that you need to practice it. Choose a topic, write down about it, show it to your mentor, your teacher, whosoever teaches you, may it be your cousin, older sibling. They will try to improve you. Notice the mistakes, write it again. More importantly, read a lot. When you read a lot, gather information, you have many ideas in your head. So when you have to write about something, you know about it and it becomes easier. So ultimately, I would like to end with this quote by Voltaire: writing is the painting of the voice. So as I'm using my voice to express my opinions, when you write it down with a pen on a paper, it becomes a painting of your heart and your heartfelt emotions. So do write something, practice it, and master it. Thanks a lot.